Hi guys, hope you're having a good week. This week we are looking at the story of the invisible string, and it's just the idea that we're all connected in some way or another. So we thought it would be a good idea to make an image, like a visual thing that you can see to show all your different connections. So as you can see, this is mine here, and we've just made what they call a mobile. So you can hang it up by this bit of string here, and then all the people that you're connected to just dangle off the bottom. Okay, so to make this, all you will need is some pieces of paper. I've got red and black, but it doesn't matter if you only have white, that's absolutely fine. You can always colour them in afterwards using colours or paints, so you just choose what you want to do. So as you can see, I've already cut mine into heart shapes. So I've got one big heart, which I have then stuck onto another piece of paper and cut around. And I've got 3 little hearts and 2 medium hearts. But you can have as many little hearts as you want, depending on how many people you're going to attach with your invisible string. Okay, so all I want you to do is, this is going to be where your name goes. So just write your name really big across the top. So Miss Cramp, and you can decorate this however you want. Use whatever you've got in the house. If you want to use multicolored pens, if you want to do different colors for each person, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so we've got our big heart, and that's going to represent us. And now we're going to focus on our little hearts. So all you're going to do is you could put like mum, dad, granny, grandma, friends, family friends, the school, anyone in school that's important to you, and just anyone from the community, just to have a real think about who is important to you and just to show them in this piece of artwork. So the next thing I did is I've made little holes at the top of each heart. I'm not sure if you can see that on the video, but there's just little holes, and all I've done to use this is I've got a pencil and I've just held the back of it and slowly pushed the pencil through to make a hole like that. We don't want the holes to be too big because then our string will slip straight through, but you're just going to do that to each of them. Just make a little hole, the red ones and the black ones, but like I said, if you've got plain paper, that's absolutely fine. Like so. So each of these little hearts should have a little hole at the top. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to make our holes on the big heart. So because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I need 5 holes going down my heart, but I want them to be evenly spaced so that my mobile hangs so you can see each heart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my heart, I'm going to use my pencil again, and I'm just going to push through a hole there, one here. Can you see I've left quite a little bit of space between them, one right at the bottom, and then use these as a guide to make sure it's the same on the other side. Just going up like so. So you should end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're all evenly spaced out. Brilliant. So the next thing you'll need is, if you have some string or some wool, or you could use loads of different things, but basically what you want to find is something like this that you can attach your hearts to the big heart with. And what I have done is I've made sure I've got 2 long pieces of string for my 2 red hearts, and I've got 3 short pieces of string for my 3 black hearts, like so. And to make sure they were a similar length, before when I was cutting them out, I just measured them like this, got my scissors, and just chopped just to make sure that they're relatively the same length. Okay, so I'm going to start with my 2 long pieces of string, and this is how I've chosen to lay out mine. You don't have to do it the same, and you also don't have to do hearts. You can do stars, you could do diamonds, you could do a mixture of shapes, whatever you feel like suits you best. So I'm going to get one of my long pieces of string, like this, and sometimes it helps just to lick the end just to make sure it all comes together. And if you can't get it through the hole, go back, use your pencil and push it from the front to the back. And then I'm just going to turn it over so you can see. So that's come through the back nicely now. You can either tie this in a knot, and I'll tie this one in a knot for you so you can see. You may have to tie it a couple of times just so it's thick enough so it doesn't come back through the hole. Or your other option, to make sure it's really secure, is just to get a little bit of sellotape. If I can find the end. Yeah. A little bit of sellotape. And just secure that bit in place. And to be honest, that makes it a little bit stronger anyway, just in case. Okay, so we've got that piece of string. As you can see, it's attached now. And what we're going to do with the other end is we're going to do the same thing again. Lick the end, twist it just to make it sure it's all together through the front of the red heart. Again, if you can't get it through straight away, use your pencil and just push it through the hole. Pull it through to the back and tie it in a knot. And again, I'm going to secure mine with a little bit of sellotape just to make sure it stays in place. But if you don't have sellotape, it's absolutely fine because it will stay if you knot it in a big enough knot, like so. Okay, so we've got our first heart attached, and now I'm going to move on to one of the smaller hearts, because as you can see, the string I've done is a little bit shorter because we want them to hang in slightly different places. So same as you did with the last one, we're going to pop it through the hole from the front to the back using our pencil to make sure it goes through the hole, like this. Tie it in a knot. Try and make sure that you get your knot as close to the end as possible. That way you don't have a really short string then. And I'm just going to secure it in place with a little bit of sellotape on the back so that it doesn't ruin the look from the front. And then I'm just going to do the same, pop it through the hole like so. If you'd like to draw a little picture to go along with the person that you've decided, or a pet, that's absolutely fine. It'll give us a better idea of who you're talking about. And it might be nice just to show your creativity skills. There we go. So now we've got the two different lengths, like that. And I'm just gonna quickly do the other one. Sorry guys, the video just cut out there for a second. All I did in that time was I just made 2 holes at the top using my pencil again, like so. And we did exactly the same thing as we did with these bits. And we just connected it at the back and secured it with a little bit of sellotape, just so you've got a little place for it to be able to be hung up. And then it's just a case of having a little think about all the different people or animals or anything that means something to you, and attaching your strings with your hearts and then writing their names onto the hearts. And like I showed you before, what you should end up with is something that looks like this. Like so, with all your names attached. We can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Like I said before, you can use anything you want, different coloured cards, if you've got some glitter, if you've got some paint, to really spruce it up a little bit. And yeah, just upload it then so that Miss Morgan and myself can have a little look. Thanks guys!